everybody, and welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. I'm your girl, Jessica Milagros. I'm with my boy, Bessie Blue. And
Yes.
I apologize ahead of the time. I am not home. And so this internet is going to be hopefully as good as it's going to get. But we needed to do a live because
Yeah.
we needed to talk. We need to talk about all the things Big Brother with this premiere yesterday, and what a premiere it was. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. If this is your first time with us, make sure that you click like, subscribe, click to receive notifications. We have no idea when we're on. We're on whenever the hell we feel like it, really. But so we apologize. Consistency is not our key.
You spice up. We look. I'm black and she's Latina. We like to spice it up. We don't want to give you the same boring. We have this already scheduled. Get out of here with that mess. Okay, we were doing the what is it? The we were doing the multiverse, hulaverse before anybody else was. We always
Did you say
spice
the
it up.
Hulaverse? Did you just say
Who?
the
What is it? A what is it? A
the
humiliverse. Something dumb. I knew it was something stupid. Humiliverse. We was doing a humiliverse and cosmoverse and black bursting it up before they ever did it on Big Brother. So it's gonna be a spice. Click to subscribe and then just wait by your phone. And we coming, baby. Trust me, we coming, baby.
I really do. We're really trying to get better. I promise you, we're trying to get better. It's just hard. Like, yo, this isn't our first job. So, if you want that, you can definitely just watch RHAP before you come to us, and we all good.
No, look, if they can go on live to live television and do what they did Monday, we could give y'all the show however we want to give it because
Wow.
that was the best that they
We
did.
we all appreciate we all appreciate y'all. Look. I'm actually, I guess I should say that I am recapping this in New York because I was just at the last two Big Brother premiere events for House Chops. And when I tell you it did not disappoint, I'm telling you,
No,
we ate all day. And so I want to thank everybody who came out to support Give Kids the World, those that watched our little snippets on Twitter or on Instagram or who follow us. Like, thank you so much for your love and support. Like, this lip sync, when I tell you I lost sleep, did we not talk about this? I said
we
I
did.
was so nervous. I was so nervous to perform. I had lost sleep. I could not eat. It was like a whole thing. When I tell you Chata, so it was Brittany D'Angelo and Hannah Chata from season 23 who had put it together. They created the choreography. They sent it to us via text. We had to learn it by ourselves. And then we did not get to the stage until 3 p.m. all of us together so that we could rehearse it and keep on rehearsing and keep on rehearsing. And I guess it worked out because we won first place, baby.
Yes. See, that's what I tell people. Don't sleep. Don't eat. Just practice. Think about your dreams. Don't sleep. Don't eat. Don't care about anything else. Just go in. And it's so interesting that two dancers put together a karaoke thing.
It was, first of all, it's not karaoke. It is not karaoke.
Wow.
It
So
is.
you win the competition. Now it's changed because you told us that y'all were doing live karaoke. What is it now?
It's not live karaoke because we're not actually singing. It's a lip sync. It's like we're literally doing drag race shit.
Oh
Like
yeah,
we were
that's true.
doing.
You didn't say karaoke. You did say limp. See, as a vocalist myself, you can't put a microphone in front of me and think I'm just not gonna actually use it. But it was a lip sync battle. Did they send it like through Zoom or a video, or how did they?
They sent me a video via text. Like, so not only was it like via text, but because I was learning it,
Yeah.
I was learning it inverted, because when you're watching it, she's like, you're going stage left, but she looks like she's going stage right or whatever. So it was like really confusing, but you
I
know
would have
what?
let you film you practicing. You always need B-roll, Jess. You always got to have B-roll just for the future. I would have loved to see you at 1 and 2 trying to while you were doing dinner.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. But you know what? Like we killed it anyway. But the thing was is that we were very nervous because we were going against a lot of people, but they were so good. Everybody like literally put on a top-notch performance. And when I tell you that next year this is gonna sell out, I mean everybody kept on talking about what an amazing performance everybody did. Like Tiffany from The Amazing Race. I don't know if people remember Tiffany. It was Tiffany and Krista. They were a couple. They were a team on The Amazing Race. I forget what season it was, but and she performed and she did a whole J-Lo halftime routine by herself, and the girl was on point. It was ridiculous. We had Kwame from Love Is Blind, and he did a Cisco. He did a he lip synced Cisco. He even took off his top and was showing off his muscles and stuff. It was just like really everybody brought it. Everybody brought it, and it was
and
just
y'all won.
So, and we won.
Who all has questions? Because the way she's making it seem like the girls dance down, and I'm thinking, well, what did y'all do, Jess? You went into a full split?
No, but Big D did a high kick, and Brittany did a karate 360 kick. I don't know. It was wild. Like it was wild. But we did. We were just in sync.
Who voted?
Crazy.
Who were the judges?
So the judges were Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, who is
hard out here.
a celebrity. So he was on Celebrity Big Brother. So he was one of them. The second one was Jill. Oh gosh, I forgot her last name because I don't watch Housewives. She's the OG Housewives of New York.
Yes.
Not the current cast. So I just want to say, I want to say that. And then it was the voice of Princess Jasmine. I forgot her name.
Anika Nani Rose? Oh, you said a Princess Jasmine.
Of Princess Jasmine.
What was the princess name in The Frog? Who was who played Princess Jasmine? We're talking about from Aladdin?
Yeah, she was Princess Jasmine.
I guess anything for what is
from the
cartoon?
The
original version.
The original version, yes. And then
it
was that Kyle guy from Summer House. I didn't watch Summer House, so I don't know, but it's another reality TV thing. It was actually really insanely good. It was weird because never in a million years would you have told me that I would be looking at Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC if you told me at 15 that he was going to look at me and say, oh my gosh, Jessica, I can't believe you're in front of me right now. Like he looked at me and he hugged me and he said, I'm a big fan of yours. And he hugged me and he's like, I'm so happy that we're Big Brother family. Had you told me that at 15, when his face was on my wall, the poster of his face was on my wall, that he would know me by name, I would have been like, you lie. So it was just like one of those really amazing things. And Dina was there from Jersey Shore.
Okay.
Dina, and she performed as well. She performed, and it was just so really good. She lip synced.
Well, I guess this is lip syncing, so
it's a performance.
Great talent.
It's a performance. Okay, it is a performance.
I know Chris had to be like, "What is my manager doing?" But I'm gonna go. But I'm glad you have fun. I'm sure. I mean, he loves Big Brother, and it may shock you, but you always come up when the people talk about Big Brother. You made one of the biggest moves in one of the seasons we hated the most, and it's one of the most memorable things. So people are always going to be excited to see you and root for you because you that raw, like Beyonce said.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I thank you. I appreciate it. It
I'm
was
so
fun.
lucky to be sitting across. If you would have told
Yeah.
me watching that season
Her
that
name is
I would have
Linda.
been doing a podcast with you, I would have said never.
Her name is Linda Larkin. That's what her name is.
Okay.
That's sorry. That was my thing. But let's get down to it because we're here. And I said, look, if I wait until I'm in Chicago, it's not gonna happen because that's next week.
See?
So I'm actually on my way to you tomorrow.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm gonna be in the DC area, and my Miss Hannah Chada gets her white coat tomorrow, and
Yeah.
so I'm really proud of that girl. She is just amazing. Everything about her is amazing. It's like, okay, we just won first place after she choreographed everything. Let me get on the train because I have my first day of school. It was just like
When
it was
is she
wild.
studying?
I don't think she needs to study. She's a child genius.
Jesus. Jesus.
I'm talking about her like she's like my baby. She
My
don't
baby
need to do
studies.
nothing.
Okay, she
My
always gets
baby,
her homework done.
my baby's naturally smart. What are you talking about? No, but I mean,
All
anyway,
right. Oh wait, is
let's
that your
get to
internet or mine?
this. What? Are we lagging?
Yeah, but I think it's me.
I don't see a lag, so maybe it's me. I'm not quite sure. Yes, so let's talk about Big Brother, the premiere. I was at the New York premiere,
Mm-hmm.
so I got to see a lot. It was a lot of BB23, a lot of BB24 folks. I saw the iconic not met because I met her plenty of times before, Monica from Big Brother season 2.
Oh, love Monica.
Yes, she's a queen. She is legendary, iconic. She's the moment. I love her. Like, she's always so supportive of these events. She comes all the time. Lawan came and came to celebrate with us. I mean,
Yeah.
there was just so many of us. Like, it was amazing. It was a sold out event. So um, everybody that was there was, I mean, it was amazing. So
It's always a blast.
it was, but
Yeah.
because I was there, I didn't get to see. I didn't get to watch the show until this morning because, I mean, when you're at those events, you don't actually watch the show.
That's
It's like
true.
you're constantly talking to people and just, it's a really, if nobody's ever been to any of these watch parties, like, and you have the ability to go to them, you will not, you will not be disappointed because I swear everybody, they do try their very best to talk to you, take pictures with you. It's such a fun time. And Aza is just such an amazing, gracious host. She's
Yeah.
amazing. She is amazing.
My sister
Um,
from another mister.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you didn't go yesterday, you were missing out on Queen Taylor dancing on chairs and
Come on, Taylor on the
just
chairs.
getting. She was getting it. She was getting it. It was it was good.
Did Monty
Um,
come?
Monty was there. Monty
Was
was
he?
there. He was there. Yep.
I think I'm getting over how he was treating her because I've been following him a little bit on Instagram. I haven't clicked subscribe yet. Maybe I don't think so. I'm not sure. But he looks like a little cute little chipmunk, a little muscular little chipmunk, and it's like, you know
Ah,
what? You are cute again. I can forgive you just a little bit. I'm so mad I didn't
mm,
get a chance to go, but it sounds like it was a lot of fun. I remember after the show was over, I went on to YouTube to see who was live, and I was like, "Where are the girls at?" And then I remembered they're in New York City, so no one's going to be doing a review because everyone is with Azza eating jollof chicken, jollof rice, and having a cocktail and getting having the time of their lives.
yeah. I mean, it's a good time every
Yeah.
time. It's a good time with her. But let's get into it because I think, you know what? First, actually, I want to tell you, Dizzy,
Mm-hmm.
we cracked the code last week. We did crack a code last week. We figured out that it was
That
those
was so
old
random.
school ATM, those ATM boots, or like whatever those were called. So thank you for our our
I did point out
subscribers.
the booth, but then he also, so he pointed out the booth, but he also pointed out he was high though. And if anybody doesn't know Jamie B, he's normally
Yeah.
here and he is normally high. But he also said it's giving multiverse. And I think we kind of skipped over that because we were so invested in what was that bank machine that it was like, okay, multiverse, okay, it seems interesting, but what is that machine? And he was right the entire time. Listen to your high friends, guys.
I mean, Jamie did call it. I mean, we all kind of knew because that's what we were looking at. It's like there's something going on here because it's sucking, it's doing something that's there for a reason. So I don't think anybody ended up getting it, but I knew. Busy actually, I didn't tell you guys because I could not out my sources, but Busy knew that I knew that Siri was going to be on.
Yes.
And right, it's right.
First of
I
all,
told Denise
we
before
had
that.
the biggest key because we didn't do a cast assessment. But when we got the cast before the cast dropped, and I'm telling you, me and Jessica were on the phone and so excited. And then what happens, and it sucks when you're like really friends with the people you do podcasts with. We had the whole conversation, and then we were like, "Oh, we probably should have recorded that." Because it was so funny. It was so much fun. We went through every person. We gave our thoughts. And then, like, right after, Jess was like, we probably should have recorded it. You want to try to set a time up? It's like, we got all our thoughts out already, Jess. They missed it. Next time.
Yeah.
Hey,
It
Brandon.
yeah, we're gonna try to get better at that, right? Because as we start getting, I mean, we're very privy to a lot of the press releases that come out and whatnot, and it kind of sucks because sometimes I'd be getting these things literally first thing as I wake up, and I have a whole day worth of work that I gotta do, and I can't like prepare it the way I want to. But I promise, I'm like that is one of my 2023 goals. I don't need it to be like a New Year's in order for me to make these resolutions. I swear, I'm trying to be better at it because that's what you all deserve. You all deserve to get that type of information as long as we're readily and able to give it to you. So, but it was a shocking twist. How did you feel? Everybody in the chat, let us know. Like, what did you think about the theme? Because I thought it was hella clever. Like I did, like once I saw, because we didn't recap what each of that rooms were looking like in the house. We only had like little snippets of what they gave us, which were the basic rooms, right? And so finding out that it was the multiverse, finding out that there's like an upside down room and some of the things. What did you think about that, Busy?
If I'm gonna be honest, it's too many people at the table, and everybody's getting a yes when they say an idea. It's just a lot going on, and it's really bothering me. It seems as if it's not enough cohesion. Like they put something together, and if you kind of think about it, it makes sense, But I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't. And then to see it come to life on the premiere episode, I said, this was the gumbo I was thinking it was gonna, the jambalaya I thought it was gonna. It was just so much happening. It was sensory overload with what am I watching? What's happening? Who's coming? Who's not coming? Where are we go? This is not like the last. What is going on right now? It's a lot for me. Just I can't take the multiverse. I just can't.
I feel you. I understand it. It was a lot all at once. It was like everywhere all at once.
Everything
And
everywhere all
it's
at
just like
once. That's what they're going for.
I'm like, I gotta look here, I gotta look there. Where's this? What's this? What's happening here? What's happening there? But I was still pleasantly surprised with the creativity, of it. I feel like it's something very different and unique that we haven't had, on the season. So I feel like, kudos to people who are coming up, with the creativity on that. And I understand it. And I understand it. And of course, seeing Siri at the end, is very was a pleasant twist. I mean, I love Siri, so it's like
Yeah.
for me, I'm excited to watch her play. I feel like she's gonna give us some good gameplay. You know, if we saw her on, you know, either Traders or if we saw her on Survivor, then you know we're gonna get some good feeds. And actually, I've watched a feed this morning, and it so far has not disappointed. It's a lot. I think the first week, and I feel always like that the first week of feeds is always so very hectic because we're just like, what's going on? Who's doing what? How, like, I mean, they've already, well, we'll get to that later, but because we're going to talk about the actual event or the show, but it gets crazy.
Yeah.
It really gets crazy.
I was watching the feeds early this morning and I was realizing I forgot how it is when everybody's there. And I like to watch the quad. And I call me a masochist. I don't know why I don't like to just select one camera. I'm gonna put the quad on and I'm gonna let her go. And I forgot how it is when everyone is in the house. We just start and I'm doing quad view. It is just a million people talking at once. I'm trying to stay involved in everybody's conversation. Then CBS, Paramount, I guess Jess. Are they gonna switch the "we'll be right back" thing because somebody's gonna have a seizure?
I like it. I like
Really? Is
it.
that thing? I was like, "What is this?" And
Oh,
when is the show coming back?
so you were being mesmerized by
Yeah,
by
this
the
Doctor
tunnel portal,
Strange
by
thing.
the
I was
old,
like,
yeah.
I can't.
Let's go. Like Toronto, because if anyone notices that Suri and her son look just alike, is it PC to mention it? Be like, hell yeah. Of course it is. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be PC to mention? Be like, these two look alike.
Yeah, you can look
Like,
like anybody. I don't think it's yeah, I think it's PC to say. I don't even think it's like PC. I think it's just a normal thing.
I mean,
You know who
is
you
the
look
question
like?
gonna be like, if I say these two look alike, am I gonna be racist? Is that the question? Like, because
It's her
like
child. I will hope
because
so.
no, because I think actually, you know, not people, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about that later.
Actually,
But yeah,
Darby didn't
you
like
know,
when somebody said that her son looked just like her baby daddy. She thought it was very rude. So maybe it's not PC because she said she thought it was an insult that she said that her baby looks like her husband. She thought it was rude. So maybe it is. I don't know. Some people do get offended.
I mean, at this point, I think anything goes in that house. Like, it would be stupid to
Yeah.
not wonder why the hell that girl came in all the way at the very end, you know, and didn't do any of the, you know, the first games, the first competitions, which
Yeah.
we'll get into, you know, and then be like, okay, so now there's just this random seven people who had no clue who she was. She not. Oh, I guess spoiler
So
for
yeah, because
those
I
who
was say
haven't
I didn't
watched.
see some of those aspects. How many? Because in my review, I did say I didn't get into Survivor maybe until Big Brother season 21, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll give it a chance, and I binged watched a lot of it, and I was like, this show is actually good. It's a different gameplay than Big Brother. But I don't know of a lot of Big Brother people who are Survivor fans. So who? I mean, I guess are they Big Brother fans? But who didn't know her?
A good majority of them.
That like
What are you
that.
talking about? Some of
That's
them don't
not a
even know Big
surprise.
Brother.
Then
Some of them don't even know Big Brother people, and they're on the Big Brother show. So
I
I
think this
mean,
year they may do some twist. I'm excited about if they bring a twist in. Okay, girl. Yes, you're such a fan. Come into the house.
I mean, today on the live feeds, all three there were the three guys were in the storage room, and they were like, okay, so if we get another person, each one of us gets another person. and we can form something. And they're like, oh, it's kind of like the
The
cookout. And
cookout,
he's
yeah.
like, what? And then he's like, what season was that? 24, 23? And it's like, this was last year. So this was like legit
Well, the year
like
right
2 years
before.
ago, like two
Yeah.
seasons. Like there's no reason that you should be wondering what season the cookout was, even if you were lying and trying to pretend like you don't know any Big Brother, to know that the cookout was the season 23, or to know the last two seasons of your, of the show that you're on, is not considered a threat. I'm
And
sorry, but
trying to act like you got the ideas, girl. You know what we should do, girl. You know what we should do because you've seen it before and you know where you got it from. Don't try to act like you are just innovative and you're bringing up new ideas. Oh, I think we can really shock the game and shake it up if we did this. Oh, you mean like what the cookout did? Never heard of them. Never heard of them. I was just thinking about this in the bed. Never heard of the cookout.
yeah. For those of you, I don't know in the chat how many of you actually watch Survivor. You could tell us if you're
One
not a
second.
Survivor player or a Survivor watcher. Some people would be wondering what kind of player Suri is. And I would definitely give her more of a Dan Giesling than a Vanessa Russo. Like if you haven't watched Traders, I would say watch Traders on Peacock because she has it's a very great game. But of course, Survivor and Traders are just two very, very different types of shows. And this is the first time that she's actually going to be on live feeds. So the type of gameplay that you're going to watch, I'm just so excited to be able to watch her in action, knowing that this stuff is not edited, and to really see how her mind works. But she is a very strategic person. She is a charmer. She has a straight face. Like I feel like with Vanessa Russo was not the case like that. She was a little bit. She was emotional. She was an emotional player, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But that it was very different. Dan Giesling was also he had tricks up his sleeve. So there, I don't think that Suri is necessarily that type of player either, but she is I would, if anything, I would probably compare her more to a Derek Levasseur. Like, have you watched Suri play?
I have watched Siri play. I want to say that she is I think the great thing about her is her stone cold demeanor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unwavering and it doesn't change. So everyone feels like they can be friends with her or know her. She's communicative. She gets to know you, and then her demeanor is just like, yeah, I heard that too. And I'm so true. You know what I think we need to do? Or you know what? I was listening to what you said, and I think you may be on to something. She's supportive in her connivingness. She's gonna help you. She's got your back. She thinks that's a great idea too. She'll put a bug on. She heard something that she didn't hear, but everything you see how I'm a gossip and I'm so excited about it. She's just very like, you're right about that.
Oh,
You gave me something I didn't think
absolutely.
about that. And you know what? I'm glad you said something, but let's just keep this between us. Yeah, but you're right. You're definitely right. It's just very calm, and you cannot break her. And that's someone that I wouldn't play poker with her.
Mm-mm.
You can't break her. You can't read her.
She definitely has a poker face.
Yeah, you can't read
She's
her.
definitely sweet. I've met her in real life. She is the sweetest person. I mean, but then again, a lot of people are very sweet when you first meet.
That's true.
When you first meet them. But I mean, I do think, you know,
How is she gonna do? I guess we can wait until. I mean, we keep waiting. We're almost 40 minutes in, but Survivor is a game where we're ready to switch up the votes. Okay, we're not playing this the house vote. We have all decided. Survivor is a game where look, today is the day we cutting you, right? And it's gonna happen, and then next week we're gonna change up that thing. And the same thing happened in Traders. I wonder how she's
mhm.
gonna deal in a game where everybody's like, well, they said everybody said they're voting for you, so I'm just gonna keep that vote for you. I'm so tired of this whole house vote thing. It's really bothering me. It's upsetting me and my homegirls. Can Siri come in here and say, we're not doing that? Stand up for yourself, sis. Like, if more people made their own votes, this would be a more fun game. I want to be at the edge of my seat again.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, I think. So let's get into. Ooh, let's go see. Thank you. I will watch. Thank you for the
Ka-ching.
super chat. Thank you. He says, who from other shows would you like to see in BB? Never saw Love Island, but would you like to see Shay? Liked her from the challenge and Johnny. Who would I want to watch on, like, from
No
you know
one.
what? The
No one.
thing is, from other shows? Oh, absolutely. Actually, we talked about this I talked about this with Brayden. Like, I would really love to see Ika cross over from BB Canada. Like, I want to see a BB Canada player come in, and most likely with a Canadian Big Brother player, because a lot of people who play Big Brother in the US are so fair weather. Like, when you get enough people who only watched a handful of seasons, which is fine. You don't have to watch a ton of seasons to get the gist or to love the show, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that someone can come in, more than likely from Big Brother Canada, that has played before, without ever being detected, because nobody's watching. Not that nobody's watching Big Brother Canada. I love Big Brother Canada. I've watched all 10 seasons.
Jessica said Canada sucks. That's why Brayden's not here.
No, Canada. I love BB Can. I really do enjoy it. However, I'm just saying, people from the US, when you're playing on the show, usually don't watch it. They haven't
I think
watched
that would
all
be
the
good to bring
seasons.
her in, but I feel like it would be another. I would hope that people don't know her, so that it's not a whole we bring back Janelle, but she's going to be voted off in the first 3 weeks every season. Because I would love to see her play, and I think she could do it because she went to final two. No, final three.
You would be amazed at the amount of reality people that are Big Brother fans. Like I said, I mentioned earlier that Dina was at the Hearts of Reality, the lip sync, whatnot, and she knew me by name, which is like wild. When she saw me, she's like, "Oh my God, Jessica," because she had watched my season, and she's like, "I'm the biggest Big Brother fan." She's like, "I wanted to be on the show." Like, she's like, if it wasn't that, of course, she has a whole conglomerate of like Jersey Shore, like what, and she can't be away from her children, which are baby. I mean, they're little. They're little.
Do the celebrity version.
Yeah, I think she still is feeling some way about being away for a complete 30 days without any contact, and that's probably the hardest part, right?
Keisha Knight Pulliam, when she couldn't push any more breasts, when she had to go.
Let me tell you,
that saved. That really did save. What's her name? It starts with the O. Amorosa. Child, thank God for the breast milk. I'd like to see new faces. I actually hate when I know someone. I want to see new nobodies that I can just watch. I don't know if it's the social experiment in me. I just want to see new nobodies from, bum smoking Montana and Womberg, Jersey. And I just want to see them interact, watch, play this game, and have it be done. And then those people have a little bit of fame and then go away and then give me brand new people to watch and to consume my summer with. I already seen those other individuals. If I want to see them do something else, the challenge is always accepting. I just don't want it to become like Netflix, where it's almost. I'm not sure what show I'm watching because everybody's been on each show, and it's like, wait a second, I thought that this was Love Island. It's The Circle. When did I start? Because you don't know everybody's on every show, and it's just getting oversaturated. Give me new blood, new people, new personalities.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what
That's
we
what we
got.
got.
So let's talk about it. I'm gonna put this on right here. We
Mm-hmm.
gonna, because I feel like we um we need to show it like this, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we still don't remember who here remembers the names.
I
Anybody?
mean, no,
No.
no, no.
No, you're like, no, 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 no. So I'm putting it here because as we talk about people, like if you just anybody who doesn't know who we're talking about, Siri gets no name because everybody knows Siri.
No, that be you know
No,
who she
Siri.
walks around with no identification because people know exactly who she is.
Absolutely, except everybody in this house. I think is like nobody knows who she is yet, except for spoiler, two people, who is right now Corey and Izzy. Those are the two people.
Jared
How
doesn't know her. Oh, he's taking this
well,
thing very
Jared.
seriously.
No, I mean, well, Jared is pretending he doesn't know her.
He's like, she's
Yes,
cool or whatever. I mean, my mom used to
but
watch that show.
pretty much, pretty much. Um, so let's get into it. Like first, casting wise, because I know that we talked about the cast a little bit, and
Mhm.
let us know in the chat if there was anybody that stood out, or let's go one further. If the person that was your top pick remains your top pick, or if you have a new favorite. So those were the two questions for you, Busy. Like, who did you say you liked, and are you still liking them?
So I want to say that I'm going. I liked Jared. Um, and I liked Nicole. I don't know. It was
Nicole.
something about you said yeah, Miko, right?
Nicole.
Miko.
Nicole.
It was something about her that I liked, and she felt familiar to me. So those were my top two. Once I saw Jared on the screen, I was like, no, okay, sure. Jag actually impressed me more because he came in like with this holistic spiritual family. But I'm a backstab and I'm gonna cut people's throats and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And I said, you take that turban off and you play Big Brother. Do what you need to do. So and then I became in love with Jag, and then I still like Miko because we're just giving we're giving the hills. Okay, and we're finishing these competitions. I mean, not we're kind of not, but
Yeah.
she ran the hills in that. I loved it. Every time I see Corey, he reminds me of Cody. It was his name Cody from the Big Brother
Calipari?
season with Paul.
Oh, Cody.
What's his name? Cody?
Jessica's husband?
No, then it wasn't Cody. Matt. Sorry,
Oh,
Matt.
man.
He looks like
Mark.
if
Mark.
Mark. He looks like if
Mark,
someone
Elena's
was
ex.
was cousins with Mark. It
Hmm.
would be, oh, that's Corey. That's little. We call him Little Mark. He just looks like him to me. And the who was annoying? Blue was annoying to me. Cameron was
Really?
annoying to me, and Riley could go.
No, 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 no. I do not
Yes.
agree with that. I do not agree with that. That is, well, first off, I will say that I was very much like BB. I thought the intros were much better than what I
Mhm.
was anticipating. I think I was even more impressed by Red because I thought I was gonna see this little old man, and he actually just looks like one big hippie. Like just he looks like he almost looks like a Turner from last season, but like an older
He reminds me of this
Turner, like
new
a
country
hippier.
singer that's out. Like it's a new country singer. He got this whole aesthetic. I think it's like country bluesy. He gives all of
Yeah.
that. He has so much personality. I am just not gonna be here for the you're cuter than a pile of big beans on the pork chopping. I am not dealing with that. Okay. And I hope they stop him before he does that. I didn't like it when Sam was doing it. Jasmine with her broke foot was trying to say, yo, you look sweeter than. I don't want to hear who is cuter than a pork chop on a spicier than a. I don't want to do it. So if he's gonna be bringing that to the show into our diary room sessions, Red can stop. Okay, there you go. I'm not. I can't. I just really can't. And I think he started doing it in his intros, and I was like, oh my god, here we go again.
Oh, thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like button while we're talking. But
Smash that like button like a carnival game at the slip.
It really does. It really does help with the algorithm, so we get more people here on the chat. We always love, we always love to engage with you in the chat. So definitely smash that like button. Let people know that we're on here at least once a week. Just subscribe and receive those notifications. But Red is secretly, I would believe that. I could believe that Red is secretly Rupert's son from Survivor. If anybody knows Rupert from, I mean, he's also a Survivor legend, but he played in Heroes versus Villains, and I mean, he played in a lot more. But I'm just saying, I could believe that. But it's funny because they call him a chill Billy.
Yeah, a chilly Billy.
A chilly Billy. So it's like a cool a cool hillbilly. But the funny thing is that that's exactly what I see. He looks like a hipster. It's like a hipster version of a country guy. If I was to take a country guy and a hipster and like just throw them in, just like mash them in, and I'm like, I see Red, and I wasn't expecting that, but I'm pleasantly surprised. And no busy. Contrary to your belief, I love Riley. I think she's hilarious. I think that she's a breath of fresh air. I think she's really funny, and she's gorgeous. She's stunningly beautiful. Like, I think she just has this very natural beauty to her. But it looked like at the very end she was getting really friendly with Jag, and I mean not friendly like they were gonna hook up. It's more like they were. She has this like playfulness about her. I think that she's going to be a very good social player. I really liked it. Like, my first impression was like, I'm all about America. Like, she knows the game. She's going to be strategic, but she hasn't given me anything yet. And even when I watched the live feeds so far, she has not like really had any interesting conversations. So I'm still hopeful. I actually met, what was really cool is that I met America's friends at Mazza's at House Chops for the premiere. And actually America said it on the feeds that she had bought tickets to House Chops a month before she even knew she was going to be on, thinking she wasn't going to get on. So she had bought tickets to the premiere, and then realized that she couldn't go. So it's funny because when I went, I was talking about how much I wanted American One. They're like, she's our friend. We were all supposed to come, and I was like, I really enjoy that. I mean, unfortunately, she's not given right now, but it is day one, y'all. It's really day one. There's just so much that's going on. They've already had like 20 different alliances, different things. Like, we still don't know who's like legit working with who. We'll talk a little bit about that in a few. What did you think about this this comp, Busy? Putting people in the blue, yellow, green, and pink, and then having all of these. There were 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 different competitions, and it was a little different. This was the first twist of the competition, the first twist of the game, which was basically, instead of, because the multiverse is whacked out, instead of having the HOH, they're going to have the nominations first. So whoever loses, the first loser of each competition, automatically goes up for nomination.
You hear that, Julie? Chin Moon Veg? You see how easy just explained that, Julie? You see how easy just said that, Julie? I was like, what is she saying? I was taking notes, and I was like, Julie, wait, what are you talking about?
Jewelry, our girl Jewelry,
Mhm.
made history. You made it viral. Joseph recognized recognized the chat when we were talking about wanting to crack him like a glow stick. I actually saw him yesterday, and the day before. So I saw him during I saw him during the lip sync battle, and he said with the way you were dancing, it looked like you could crack. It looked like you could crack me like a glow stick.
My husband is over there. Just stop playing, Joseph.
Stop playing. I said I love you so much. I love him. I love him like a brother.
Yeah.
I love him like a brother. Yeah. So, but yeah. So, Moses is a comp, put Corey at a strong disadvantage. Like it, I mean, this put a lot of people at a very big
I don't
disadvantage.
like that they started I didn't like when they started doing this, and now they continue to do it. These are my two gripes. I love to expect the unexpected, but can we at least get the expected first, so then you can change it up? Like, you can't start with the unexpected. Like, can we just start the game normal first and then come with some unexpected things? At this point, it's just like this show is not expecting unexpected. It's just like whatever happens, because expect the unexpected. It's not. It's not that tagline's not giving anymore. Unless
well, you weren't expecting.
Normal.
You weren't expecting 4 nominations.
I was expecting it not to be normal. Because they've literally stopped playing the game like it used to be. So can we start off normal first? Because I don't like when they start off changing up the rules. We just got here, ma'am. Can we do one game, one round of Big Brother normal, and then bring in those space balls?
They haven't done that for a while now.
I know it, and I hate it. It puts so many people at a disadvantage, and it doesn't allow us to. We don't know anyone's strengths, weaknesses. They're high off of adrenaline, and sometimes these games are not the same like this premiere was, which really frustrated me. Because how are some people just putting their toys away, but other people are getting slime on them. Other people are just holding on to it. This does not showcase who's smart, where our weaknesses are. Just try to show you. People used to say, "Oh, I don't want to win the first HOH because then you'll be a threat." Will you? You don't know what it's going to be. She probably like hold your breath underwater, and now you're the HOH. It doesn't make you a beast or comp beast or anything, because we don't know what it is. It was so much easier when we just got one person who won, and now let's see how this house operates. Are we gonna get a camp comeback, Ethan? Are we gonna have all the girls gravitate to each other?
Please don't have a camp comeback.
People out, or like, what does the power dynamic be? Are we gonna get what's his name? Sam, who was the man who he was, I love black people, I hate injustice, but then he became the first HOH and was like, hey, all the black people gotta go. He was so paranoid. What was that man's name? Was it Sam? It was Sam or Frank or something like that. But I want to see somebody just spiral out of control because they have the power and they're yielding it. I want more of that. These haphazard, you're gonna come in groups of 4 and put a ball in the hole, and then the next group of 4 is gonna hold on to a stick. And
did this be being like did this showcase us who the compists were? No,
it doesn't show anything.
It didn't show us anything.
You couldn't even use brains. There was nothing about brains. There was nothing about agility. There was nothing about tag. There was nothing about, even trying to act like you got skill, putting something, holding on to something. Nothing.
I mean, it was. I mean, they held on to the floor. I don't know. That was the worst. I will say that was the worst thing to watch. Like when we're just like Okay, so they're just holding on. It just looks like
It
they're
looks
laying
so
on the, it looks
stupid.
like they're laying. It looks like they're literally just laying on their belly and
Visually,
about to
it was
take a nap.
not smart. It was like a child in the front. Get up off of the grocery store floor. That's what it looked like. Get up. It just looked stupid.
Do
And then we
do
didn't
we
even
want
know
to
how they
touch?
picked him.
Do we want to touch this? Because do we have any comments on
Can
this,
we talk about how they're
Disney?
free? God, when I say I was at the house and I was thinking, we just really can't have nice things, and there's nobody to
What you?
blame but ourselves.
I'm sorry. How you saying you can't have nice things? You had two. You had two of the last
Well, I
winners of
still
the
like to
season.
root for them. I want to continue to root for them, but at this point, they said we're going home.
So you can't have nice things. Well, first, I mean, I it
It
I'm
was
it's
funny.
bad. It's horrible luck. Okay, I see it. It's just like, yes, it sucks. I was over it too because I saw it. I'm like, oh God, oh no, like
I was like,
that's
another one.
unfortunate. But it like it wasn't done on purpose. I mean, they that Kirsten wasn't even doing nothing. You saw how everybody else was trying to kick their ass. She
I
wasn't
don't think
working
hers
half as
was
hard.
working. I think hers needed WD-40. I think we needed a redo because hers was cranking a really loud. So I think hers was rusted in a low O. And that's what I feel. And I'm sticking with it. I feel like hers was rusted in a little O. And that's why she couldn't really get into it like she wanted to. See,
No.
this is the stupid stuff we're doing. And then how do they even pick these groups? It's unfair. It was just like y'all for next, then it goes y'all
No, but
stand on
no, wait,
something.
hold up. But hold up. The crazy thing is, yeah, how did they? But did you notice that the last comp, all of them were white? So I feel like they did that shit on purpose because they needed at least one white person on the block. They weren't so they
True.
could have had a
A
just
black
all the
person in
black
every
people, a
group. They
black
could
in
have,
every
yeah.
group, and all four of them could have been on up. But I
Girl,
feel
I would
like
have turned
maybe
the
they were
TV
just
off
a little
so
bit.
fast.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt in
Yeah.
saying that the last four were all white just so that there could be a
At least one of y'all gonna
at least
stay.
one of who knew all all
That
three of
was
them were
embarrassing
gonna
to
be that,
watch, and no one to blame but them. It was, and that's what was frustrating about it. I couldn't even yell or scream. It was just like, oh God, here we go again, and there was nobody to blame but them.
Yeah, I mean, it, they lost a con.
They
Like
lost.
I
They
hate
lost. They
seeing it.
lost.
I hate seeing it, you know.
They lost. They
But
lost.
I mean, I don't know about, but I by the way, I mean, I'm seeing, I've seen both of the past two winners this week. So so we had nice things. We can have no, not we had or we have. It's we we can have nice things at times, and sometimes no.
This season,
Look,
the cookout said in
y'all.
rain
No,
check,
don't
they said we're
even
not doing a cookout. We're not
ask
doing
how
the
many.
cookout.
Ask how many of my people are up in here.
That is true. Now the
One.
Latin girls, where are the Latin
Like you say,
garage?
you have nice. I don't know. There's always only one. There's only one on my seasons on the seasons. I'd be
Yeah.
lucky. I'll be lucky if they know it. I'll be lucky. I'll be lucky if they're Latino and they know Spanish because last year they didn't and the year before they didn't. So what's that
Don't hear
about?
it to shame. Come on, Jess. She's like, you ain't real, Joe.
I'm not saying they're not real. I'm just saying like the idea of picking. It's not just pick
Because your story was
you
important.
know, it's not just pick a random Latino. It's called, because they were born because their parents were or their great grandparents were Mexican. So it just like threw it in. I want people that were culturally that are culturally in it because it's the culture and it's the ethnicity and it's those different stories that make it dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
For that, then just get yourself another white person or another black person because we like Latinos can be black and Latinos can be white, and then they can be brown, but it's more about that athletic piece.
I see
Not
that makes sense.
why did I say athletic? I meant
The ethnic,
ethnic.
yeah, that makes
The
sense. Your stories,
ethnicity.
your background, who you are, because someone can be in here in black, but they can be like Azza. She, her background. I mean, I clearly identifies as black, but she's African, and or she West Indian. I think she's black. She's
Yes.
African,
No, she's yeah, she's African.
and
She's
like
Cameroonian.
her story, her family, their traditions, how seriously it's so different from black people, and the way that they communicate with each other and love, and the language that they speak. So I hear you with that. You want to have someone who can showcase that, and then how do we know who the racists are if we don't have truly ethnic people in here to go against them? Um, but they do have a lot of first gens this season because isn't America's like a first gen. Blue is Blue a first gen? Did her family immigrate from here and then she was born?
With
Or
America?
Blue?
Oh, with Blue, yes.
Okay, so she's also first gen. I think that's it. And Jag, his story is just
Yeah,
like we
it's
moved
phenomenal.
into this place and
And that's what I'm talking about is
yeah,
like I want those pieces of
yeah,
where it's like you can be American, but you need to like if you had that that tie that
yeah.
makes you different, that piece that isn't like every you're not just I'm gonna shut up because I'm gonna get myself in trouble and I don't.
Is it PC to say that Teresa looks like her? Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. So, okay, so unfortunately, with all of these comps, you have the puzzle, which unfortunately Jared lost. So he is nominated. The kick butt competition, which Kirsten lost, and she is now nominated. You have the Gookopolis, whatever was in the comic verse, and that was lost by Felicia. So she is on and nominated. And then Corey, who lost that floor comp, he lost the floor comp and was sent to the Nether Region. We don't know exactly where the Nether Region is.
See, the thing is it the Nether Region like a thing? Like people are like, oh, he went down to the Nether Region. I thought it was like an explicit coy play on words. That's not the word I'm looking like bathroom talk. And I felt some type of way that she kept saying the Nether Region because I was thinking to myself, isn't that something that you use when you're talking about somebody going downtown or going down south? I thought that's what they say. Do we just willy-nilly say the Nether Region? I thought you only use that when you're talking about your private parts.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why are they saying that they're going to the Nether Region? That sounds a little
okay. If somebody's grabbing you down there, it's
for real. That sounds a little violating. I'm like, why did he consent to being taken to the Nether Region? I don't know.
He let it go. He said, well, take me.
He said, let's go to the Nether Region. He said, fine. Yeah, it's I don't know. That was just wild to see.
Did you like any of the games?
No, not really. The puzzle was pretty the same. The puzzle was what a puzzle looks like.
It was put your toys back in the box. Put your toys in the box. And just put them in the box. I told myself, I hope Caitlin is somewhere not watching this episode right now, but take this away and put it in the box. And to me, it just seems so lackluster. I still don't even understand them trying to put those tubes together and how Felicia was in the military and couldn't put a bomb together. I didn't understand. I didn't understand it, girl. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Um, um, I guess once that was done, Jared, who was the first nomination, and we went, and then they went inside the house,
Oh, wait, you're
and
gonna
lo
skip
and
over the amazing acting from the dynamic trio going on tour this year
oh,
from in the movie theater New York, who
can we
led
talk?
the
I
charge.
thought we
And
talked. Did we not talk about that? Did we not talk about that last time with that clip? No.
I don't think we did, but to see the house guests watch the clip was so much more fun because they seem like, who are these people?
Pretty much.
What are they doing? Why does this matter? And this is why I say it's easy. It's best to start off Big Brother regular, so then these twists seem twisty. They were looking at that camera like, what's going on? Who's this? They're going backwards to what? They're shooting the
To
gun.
where?
Who's this?
Well, it was interesting because I remember them um panning to America, and
Uh-huh.
she looked excited to see him. So that hence, and I think that they panned to people specifically who had watched the show or who were considered to be, as somewhat of a super fan. So I think we were able to tell like
That came
who knew
later.
what was going on.
I think they had the camera on Luke's face, and he's like, "What? What is that? Like, what am I watching? What are we watching right now? What is this thing? And how did they play a role? What is this cameo that they're making? Are they now going to be an integral part of when things go backwards and forwards, or is this just to introduce that this game is multiverse? What was it supposed to be, Jess? What is it?
I
Or
don't
were we
know.
just supposed to see them? I mean, I
And
love
and
this
let me tell
cameo.
you, that video was about a minute too long. Like that didn't have to that laser didn't have to go on for that long. And it was like, oh, look, we love Big Brother, but to be quite honest, we love Big Brother more, I think, because of the feeds and the things that we see. Because had it just been the show, then it would just be it. That's what we get. We get
Yeah.
little cheesy bits and pieces. We have to take a little bit of that, the good with that bad. It was a little dumb, but that's
She didn't even explain, like,
she had to play it and then she had to re-explain
it
what
was like,
was going on. So I
what
was
is
just like,
this?
oh, it's okay. We can do better at some point. We will get there. We will get there. I
Oh
promise.
my god.
But you know, um, yeah. Let's not talk about that because
Well, that
I really had no
episode,
comment.
it was ridiculous. It was stupid. Deal. I was like, what is I love seeing Danielle. I always love seeing her on my screen. I think she's amazing. I want to see her all the time. And then Brittany's eye was straight. Y'all remember she used to have one of those Brittany's eyes was straight. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if you can go to the doctor and get that fixed because y'all remember she used to have a cooker eye, but now both of her eyes are straight. And
I should.
y'all know I can't stand Frankie Grande on my television screen. He is just team too much at all time. I just can't deal with. You could tell he is the sibling of a celebrity.
I
I can't
can't.
handle it when he's on my
The
television
your
screen.
mama your mama is so right. I was when it was the acting was weirdly sexual because I felt a little
What?
uncomfortable. I felt a little uncomfortable when they said go get that big boy and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that big boy. I'm like, mm-mm.
Please go home. I can't stand no
I was
Frankie
just like, we
Grande.
have to say it like that though.
This is a
We
family
have to say it like
show.
that. This is a family show. Go. I mean, but it's fine. Writer strike. I'm always gonna say that. Like maybe it's gonna get a little bit cheesier this year.
Writers and
Maybe.
actors strike because they had to. I'm
Um,
sure they were ad libbing. They had to act and then they had to come up with their own script, and that's what we got. Whoa, yo, go get that big boy. Because ain't no way nobody in CBS would have wrote that and approved that and sent that on this family show. They ad lib that. How about you pull that big old thing out? Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my god, that was the weirdest 3 minutes, 4 minutes of my life. I can't take it. And it didn't do
It,
anything for the show or the substance.
it did not. The biggest part I think that we wanted to see, knowing that we're gonna get a 17th house guest,
Didn't do
was
anything.
when they saw Siri, as soon as soon as they came in after the comps, and then it cut and it was done. And so
Julie was like, and see you next week. And I was thinking, y'all not gonna do anything for the girl. Like y'all not gonna. She's a legend. Now she ain't win on y'all network, but she has won a game. No, that was a Paramount. No, that was a Peacock show. But she's a legend. I was thinking that they was gonna give the girl that there's somebody behind this glass door, or make it so that house guests meet me in the living room. You thought that these are the only people, but there's another person. Yeah. No, they show her pouring champagne in the glasses. I said, why is Sheree
exactly? It was like so many questions.
Legend? She should have been in here saying, "Hello, house guests, welcome to the game," because that's what she gives. Not she's the help.
Well, that's not. I personally don't see it like that. I was just more so like, how you gonna close this episode without explaining what the hell's going on, without telling us if anybody knows what the hell's going on. Like, I mean, I guess we'll see it next week.
Who's this lady? Why is she here? What's going on? How does this play with the game? It was just very lackluster, and I really didn't like her having to pour the champagne. I really didn't. I wanted her to be standing there like, "Hello, house guests," but then that would have been lackluster because they would have just been like, "Oh, hey, we got another person."
Better her pouring the champagne than someone just randomly giving her champagne when she hasn't even been able to do any of these comps.
I was like, let's pop some bottles, you guys. I just finished our first cup. Let's pop some bottles. Congratulations and welcome me. So let's get the party started. But then no one knows who she is. So then I guess that clout wouldn't have worked. I guess maybe you do come in like to help. Somebody's at the Nether Regions. Some people are nominated. Maybe they just pour them a glass because you have to sit them down and say, "So I was on another show."
True. So I mean, ultimately, what
she deserves more. Just you frozen? Oh no, just she frozen. Why she frozen? I still think that she deserved more. They could have put her behind a curtain. Okay, lights. There's another person, and at least give her a little bit, at least get her a little bit of a. She is a multi-game player. You can't say winner. Okay, winner of the premieres version of Traders on another network. Has played relentlessly a huge star on Survivor, and she's gonna be playing here with you all. Give the girl a little something so that the people know that we about to play with somebody great. No, they said, you about to go inside? Okay. Julie said it's your turn to walk in. Can you bring these champagne flutes? Because you can't see production on the television show. So they basically was like, okay, so Julie said, "Oh, we're sending her in." Okay, she's sending her in. Can you take this champagne and these flutes with you? And then we don't have enough time. Can you pour the glasses and just make sure that the people know? And then what I think we're going to do, we're going to get the perfect shot. Okay, while you're pouring the glasses, we're going to have a camera behind you, and that's how America's where it's like, ooh, who's this? So just pop up a couple of these champagne bottles. Be careful of the lights and hearing the cameras. And yeah, great. And then that's it. That's it. And I feel like she just deserved more. How dare y'all downplay her? But I guess maybe it can kind of work to Jared's benefit, because I don't know about y'all, but when I could look at them, I'm like, okay, she can to him at least. She kin to him at least. I don't know how close. I don't know if this giving Dick and Danielle, Dick and Danny, but y'all know each other from somewhere. Y'all know each other. Child, don't let them start telling stories. I hope they decided not to I hope they decided to put together a game plan on who's from where and how they gonna talk about it. Cause isn't that how they found out that what's that little boy who liked to dance on Broadway? And Christy, didn't they, that's how they knew that Christy and the little white boy who liked to dance on Broadway, how they knew each other because their stories started to be a little too. It sounded like y'all went to the mall together, okay? Is what it started to sound like. So I wonder if Tommy, how dare I forget? But their story started to sound too much alike where people was like, they trying to act like they don't know each other, but they did. And then y'all know that Kat was just trying to act like she didn't know who was the other beauty queen, so much so that she's like, oh, don't mean I said that because I do like Kat. I don't party with her. But it was just, I hope they came together and was like, you from this place, I'm from this place, okay? I'm gonna say I got this many kids. You gonna say you a single child born in foster care, never had a mother. You wish you had a mother, okay? And you know, been abandoned. You were abandoned. You went from house to house, just trying to make it through. It had nobody to defend you. You know, play it up just a little bit, just a little bit. And if they find out, they find out. But I wonder if they were able to come up with a plan. Yeah, Beth and Kat kind of knew each other. Okay, that's why they like to share this. Hey Jess, so I kept the girls together. We were just talking about.
Thank
Um,
you. It kicked me off, and I apologize, everybody. I'm not at home, and so obviously my internet service here where I'm at is probably not reliable. What were you talking about?
we were talking about Sherry and Jared, and if they came up with a game plan on what their backgrounds are. How many fans? What city are you from? Did you live with your mom or did you live with your dad? Were you a foster child? Did you not have anyone? Like what's your story so that it doesn't get mixed up with mine, and we don't have a Tommy Christie situation where it's like y'all know each other. Please stop acting like it, or a Cat and Beth. God, y'all know each other. Y'all know each other. Uh,
There is thing about when you need her, be like, oh no, she got a twin.
mm-hmm,
No, no,
mm-hmm.
they family. I see it.
That's what I feel
I don't
like.
know. I
They look
don't think
alike.
if Davon was there, I don't think that she would tell though. She wouldn't say that to nobody.
She would say
I
it to
don't think.
them.
Um,
I think she'll say it to. I think she would say it to them. I gotta watch Jared a little bit more to see if she would say it to him. I think she'll say it to Shree.
yeah, I
And
think it
she'll
would.
play it down. She'll be like,
So
I wish, nah, not at all.
so we talking about what in terms of now we finished the episode. We had a whole day last night or a whole night of like live feeds where
Mm-hmm.
things got really, kind of real crazy because everybody's just getting to know each other, talking, you kind of seeing dynamic. There's already been quite a few um alliances or things that are kind of going along right now. There's quite a few going on, and the reason I say disclaimer is because for those who don't, if you guys don't want to be spoiled, you guys can like cover your ears right now, just really 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 quick, and
Girl,
then
like the video. Come
like
back
this,
tomorrow.
just like this, and then just go like this real
Just
quick,
look at
real
our
quick.
faces.
So we have a new HOH. We have a new HOH, and that is Miss Riley. Obviously, people who know Riley is the new HOH. It has been rumored because they were talking about the HOH and the kind of comp it was. Apparently, it was a laying down type of comp. Big D was not happy about that. He did he
Oh,
mention
you
he's
know,
like,
Big
well,
D went off. Oh my
he
God.
was
Oh, I know
off.
he ranted.
He was mad. He
Y'all
was
had
mad.
me on these
I was mad
little
too.
things, and I could have been laying down the whole entire time. This is the second laying down comp. The first one you had to do like this. The second one is like this. What is going on? They said no walls, only floor comps this year.
Just floor comps. That's all we need. Don't mind me. Don't mind me who went into banishment literally 3 hours after and then came back and had to take a shower and then went straight into my first comp where I had to hold dear life on a pole.
One of the most iconic falls.
No, that wasn't my iconic fall. That was a wall. That my wall my comp when I fell was a wall comp, but that was the wall comp. I'm talking about the log, my very first HOH competition, where I also fell off of that one too. But it was obviously everybody had to, but you know,
you're a dancing machine now. Don't worry about it.
There was just several things. I mean, I think let's talk about some things because we do have vibes. There's people who aren't digging each other.
Okay.
There's people that aren't vibing. There's certain people individually. As of right now, it seems that Corey might be the least unvibable. Like he's like probably the one that the Houseguests vibe with the least.
Baby Mark.
Baby Mark.
Oh, baby Mark.
Baby Mark.
What do you think it is?
I like that.
He has a lot of energy.
Vibes. He said vibes. Yes, vibes. Like
vibes.
The energy, the flow, like the people you like and the people that you don't.
Is he pretentious? He's too young to be like that, but he was like, I'm a Vanderbilt.
I think that for the males have gotten together because there is kind of a little side alliance going with the bros, with it's Jared, it's Luke, and it's Matt. And they said that they want to bring in Jag, but they like Jag, which is nice, but they do not like Corey. And I think the thing with Corey is that he's very smart, but he can also be, I think someone said that, Vandy Daddy, that he's just
is he pretentious?
Yes, I would say that it's like pretentious, but it comes off like he knows a lot. And he's been talking, and a lot of people, he becomes a little, people feel like he's a little untrustworthy. I think that's he's kind of, and he does have that overly confident. Like, I mean, he's giving major first boot vibes right now. I mean, he is nominated, right? So
and he's young, though.
Look. That is a bad look for him. But let me tell you, because we got an amazing team, Miss Siri and Felicia. Like
amazing. That lady was in the military and she could not get a bond together.
I want them to adopt me as their niece because they are giving me best auntie vibes. I'm here for everything that they have to talk about. If they went into some type of small room and started talking to live feeds about like their day, I would sit there with my cup of coffee and I would listen to them.
This is what we do in the Black family. You just go listen to you, and I can listen to all of the elders just talk all day. If my grandma's in the room with any of her sisters or friends, I'm just gonna sit there. I can sit there all day and listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, they give me those vibes. So it almost seems like, which was very interesting because if you saw it on the feeds, actually right before they cut the show, Felicia was the first person to say hi to Siri. Like, even acknowledge her presence for that matter,
I thought she was the bartender.
Who knows? But then we have Sharon actually kind of mentions it. It says Kirsten says it's exhausting me. She's spiraling. But this girl, Kirsten, the issue that I think and the challenge that she has is that she's playing too hard, too fast. And I've seen some Twitter posts because they're
That
like,
was her mission.
why are people, why are they giving, like, why is are people not liking Kirsten? Why do they feel like she's on like a lot of people found her to be a little untrustworthy. Crazy enough, Jared has said that, and like Siri and Felicia have talked about it in the way she moves. And here's the thing: the girl is talking a little bit too much, and the girl is kind of bouncing. It's like she's bouncing off walls. It's not like Paloma style, it's not like
Okay.
that type of bouncing off walls, but the girl is making a lot of alliances. Like she's the one who is starting alliances. She's the one who is asking, who they would put up or who, kind of getting the vibes. And it's just a little too much too soon to where they feel like she might be doing this with everybody. And she's just wait, hold on.
Not the black version of
I just want
Bella.
to
Not the
no,
black
wait.
version of Bella.
And this is what I want to say. I mean, she just happens to be black. But the thing is I did say this. She is giving me Bella vibes, and because that was exactly the problem that Bella had and why she was targeted so fast. Was I remember on day 2, she asked me who I would put up on the block if I was HOH, and I told her, well, I'm not HOH, so I don't have anybody for you. She's like, yeah, but if you were, who would you put up? And I was like, I'm not, so I won't. And she said it again. And I remember she was next to Kemi, and Kemi was looking at her like, hey girl, chill out,
Yeah.
And I pulled her and I pulled Bella to the side, and I told her, girl, like, I like you, but if you keep on asking people these questions, like, you're gonna be it's gonna kind of target you. And then she said, oh my God, thank you. I'm definitely, gonna pay more attention to that.
One ear and out
And
the other.
then wait, hold on. And then she started putting rumors and started talking to other people, saying that I was untrustworthy and that she thought that I was going to target other people. Like, she tried to flip it. And this is stuff that you guys don't see because our first week was not on feeds. Like, you didn't see first week feeds. So a lot of people don't understand why the some people weren't vibing, why some things weren't happening, but that, like, Ella made like 4 alliances in the first 3 days. Like, she had a final 2 with Mickey and Jackson. I mean, Mickey and Jack, not Mickey and Jackson.
Thought she
Mickey
was
Jackson
killing the game.
But I'm saying, like, she had a final 2 with Mickey and Jack. She had I mean, you saw it. She created, alliance us,
She
Black
thought
Lotus,
she was
and then she
killing
threw
the
me under
game.
the bus. Like, it was all of this stuff. Like, girl, sit your ass down. Like, and so I get it. I get how that, like, how people could compare her to Bella.
But it's like, what are you supposed to do? Like, it's this fluke nomination that she has, and now we just got here. Nominations are going to happen. Like, what is she supposed to?
No, it's
what
not.
would be
I'm
the
not saying
better
that
way?
she's doing me no vibes. However, she has been throwing, which I think is the most.
No, what was you gonna say, Jess? Stupid internet, wherever you are. Y'all put it in there. Y'all been watching the spoilers. What the girl been doing? Because my whole thing is this. But this is why I can never be on Big Brother, because I would be out immediately. Okay, y'all know I'm friends with all the people. And they're like, oh my God, busy, you should get on, girl. And as soon as I come, I leave, because I don't got time to do all of this stuff with y'all. I'm gossiping with everyone. I want to know everybody's business. And if I'm on the block, you best believe I'm gonna be like, child, girl, it's hard out here for a pimp. I can't wait to not be on this block. Okay. But if you were HOH, who would you put up? Okay, if you said, but if you would have told me I'm not HOH and I don't have an answer, I would have been like, good answer, good answer, good answer, good answer. I'm just making sure because some people are going around and they're spreading names, and I just don't. I don't think it's fair, you know. But I don't see how you can't spiral being on the block because you're now one step closer to being out of the game. And what do you suppose in the first week? What's the best way? Who says I have to be a gracious loser? Hell no. I'm coming in here. What you say? Somebody said, if I'm going to be the first one out, I will be memorable. Okay, we barely remember half of those people who left first. Okay, because they wanted to do it the sweet way, hugging everybody on the way out. Kirsten been messy boots. What she been doing, your mama? Your mama, tell me what she been doing. Sharon says, but she's not giving mean girl vibes like Bella. What she been doing? And God, we just got here. Y'all exaggerating. We just got to the house. Okay. What in the Mean Girls is this? Okay. If I just start the job and then the next day my boss is like, you've just been doing way too much. God, first of all, you don't even know me. we literally just got here. I haven't even seen the ant yet. Okay, we just got here. Let me take these first 3 days to implode. And then after that, I'll pull it back. Who did that? They were a hot mess. And then all of a sudden, they were just fine. We never really cared about them anymore. Who was it? It was iconic. They were this big mess. People wasn't liking them, and then all of a sudden, nobody cared. I want to say it was Kat Dunn, but I don't think it was her. It was somebody who was just in a lot of mess, and then in the next instant, they were just gone. But let me get out. I'm trying to get as much information as possible. See what the girls will talk about. She says she's a girl's girl, so gossiping, that's my thing. Or heavy communication, sharing information, playing the game of telephone. I wonder what she been doing. Oh, Sharon said she feels desperate, not natural. It's not. I am desperate. I need that money. She need the money. She need the money. You see her hair? Now that ain't cheap. That is expensive. And I wonder if it's a sew-in. I need this money. So I want to figure out who drop kick who and what's going on and make sure that it's not me. I think he would call me messy. That would have been me. I know it wouldn't have. I think what I would have been though is annoyed. I think people would have been annoyed because if I were up on the block in this manner that she is, and then now there's an HOH and y'all have to pick me. When I say people will leave the room when I was in it because I would be sitting there and I would be thinking to myself out loud. It was just very random how I was nominated. Don't y'all think? I hope they don't continue to do stuff like this with the game because I really don't think that people got a chance to see my personality. People will be walking out the room because I would not be able to get over. I would need extensive therapy before I go because I don't know how to get over stuff. And I would not be able to get over the fact that I'm just randomly put on the block because the shoe didn't kick me hard enough. And I just got here. And people will be bored of me, and I would be the first out. They're like, oh my God, he's about to come in here. He's about to start complaining about being on the block. And it's just like, oh my God, we get it. Yeah, I'll be the first.
I'm gonna be nice because I feel like every time I say something,
that's my job, Jess. We have our roles. Stick to yours. You almost went down a slippery slope earlier. Like, just stick to your side. I got mine. I just want to know what her tactics should be. And it seemed like, well, don't say what you were about to say because it seemed mean. They said that she's seeming desperate, unnatural. She's been very mean girly. She's been spiraling. Someone said that a lot of it is what was the word that was they were using? But they said desperate, non-natural. It's no exaggeration. She is. I guess I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
she's doing too
What's
much. She's just
messy?
doing
We
too
just got here
much.
yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing too much. I'm not quite sure. I mean, if this gets to Riley, it could be that she stays on
Mhm.
the block. As we said, Riley's the HOH, and she has the power to take two people off the block. So this is a very interesting situation. I think it's a perfect opportunity for Riley to really get to know some of these people, and she's not going to have blood on her hands because she didn't nominate all these people in the first place. She's actually doing two people a grand favor
Yeah, but
by taking them out.
giving two people the fu.
I mean, you can only pick two. You can only pick two. So,
Thank God. First of all, that's news to me. So spoiled. I didn't know that she had to take two people off the block because I was thinking, has she looked at the camera and told us how she feels and having to be over these black people? Because I wouldn't want to be the HOH if I was not of color. Because it's like, wait a second, are y'all trying to say that I have to get one of these three out? Why I gotta be the white girl to get the black to be in charge of the
right,
black people? I would
right,
not
right.
have. I would have fell off that or rolled over, whatever the competition was. Y'all not gonna catch me on TV looking like this. So
Yeah.
it is good that they've made some allowance where
Mhm.
she can just take two black people off. Do what America needs you to do. Take two of the black people off. But can she just decide to keep two on there and then just take off
Yeah.
one?
So, I mean, it was just in passing. It was a light conversation, but it seemed that she would be able to take two people off the block. So she does have to make that decision. And then more than likely, if that's the decision she has to do, which I'm not quite sure right now, like, we haven't been watching the feeds are on, but they've been off for a while, even after the HOH. So we don't know exactly what the power is, and I'm probably sure that it was mentioned when
Uh-huh.
when we were waiting for the feeds to get back on. Maybe the idea would be like, if I mean, I would only assume that if she can take two people off and then they play the veto to take themselves off, and she will have to make a nomination um, for the additional person.
Corey, if
So
nobody likes.
it could definitely be that way. I mean, this is all like topsy-turvy, so obviously this isn't a regular week. Um, let's see, and
Who is she
Jewelry
leaning
said
towards
it.
right now?
Apparently, from House Conversations, it was take two people off, and everyone is eligible to be the renom if someone uses the veto.
Oh,
So
come on, get off the block, go back on. Can she? So she has to select two. She can't just say, "I want to pick one."
no, I'm sure
Okay,
she has to get rid of two.
okay.
Um, I don't think that this will get Riley's hands very dirty. He's taking two people off the block. If those two people who play veto don't win, you know, don't win the veto, then she doesn't have to nominate anybody else, and she's good. And she technically didn't put anybody on the block. It wasn't like, it was just you were there. You can only take the people off. So I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out, because Riley right now is in such a great position.
Mhm.
Everybody likes her. Like in the house, everybody's really been just talking about what a great girl she is, and how they like her. I mean, like pretty much everybody. There's not, one bad word that they're
That's
really
what she
saying.
said in her video. She said, everyone's always like, "You're so great, you're so amazing, you're so silly, you're so beautiful, you're so." So I guess it seems to be true because that's what she said in her snip. It's her snippet.
Yeah. But at this point, the thing is that she's in quite a few alliances, or she's in good with a lot of people. She did mention roughly that she wanted to save the women, like
Okay.
girls are safe. And even Kirsten at some point said and told Suri that Riley said that she was good, which meant that she was probably going to take off Kirsten. But with the amount of talking that this girl is doing, it seems like she might be just talking herself back into a hole, because I don't understand how this wouldn't get to Riley. And it might be just, it could be Jared's doing. Maybe it would be Suri's duty, because I don't think that, or doing, because it doesn't seem like Suri wants her there anymore. And that was the original plan. Like, everybody wanted Kirsten. And now it just kind of, it changed, just like the multiverse. It just went upside down. It went from Suri wanting to have, Felicia, Mimi, and Kirsten as a four girl alliance.
Okay.
And then it went from we don't think that we want Kirsten in here anymore, to then bringing in like Jared, and then bringing Jared in, and even though nobody knows that they are, that they are mother, son. So,
why do we even care what she thinks at all right now anyway? So, ma'am, you just got here. My champagne was flat. Let's talk to the people with the power and what's going on with the people with the power, and then what's going on next. Is she giving dominating teas too early? I'm just hoping that Suri's not going around, because her energy could be in a house like Big Brother, because on Survivor it works. And we stuck on this island, and it's just you're a bee, but you're the only person who knows how to start the fire.
Well, the thing is with Suri is amazing. Like, she is very, very amazing. Like, she had mentioned to Jared, like, if someone comes in, she said if someone comes in, then as soon as they come in, they say, all you have to say is, hey, we were just talking about you, we wanted to talk to you. Is that not like how? Because to make them feel included, as if they were bringing them in on a plan. Like, Siri knows how to make people feel special. She knows what she's doing. It's Felicia. Thank you, Felicia. Yeah, it's not Felicia, because people say Felicia, but it's not Felicia. It's Felicia.
Yeah, I would say Felicia. I have a cousin spelled the same way. Her name's Felicia.
But because I'm Latina, I want to say Felicia. So I say Cia. I do the, instead of Sha, I do the Cia. So that's just a.
My mom's name is Alicia, but people say some people say
Alicia. Alicia or Cia.
Her name is Alicia, but some people say Alicia when they see it, because it's spelled like that.
Well, that's a Latina thing for me. So it's Felicia too. Like, it's that I say Cia, but I know it's not. It's Felicia. Anyway, So we'll see. She has it still seems like Corey might be the person, the person out. We really don't know. It seems like Jared may or may not like be good at this moment in time. He's very, as of right now, he has a lot of padding in terms of, like, he's got his bro. He has his bro team. He's working with Suri, and that side he's in a different alliance with another 6 people. Like, it's I'm not going to say the names right now, because there are none. There was one,
and they'll be gone next week.
And they'll be gone next week. So that's basically all the tea that we have, unless anybody wants to say anything in the chat. But this is going to be an interesting season. I think everybody right now, it's all nice. It's all.
Except for Kirsten, apparently.
I mean, she said it was gonna be easy. She said it was. she said she was going to be working it. So we will, we'll see.
So
Which is
did
funny because
Corey.
I thought Nicole was going to be the Felicia, not the Felicia, the Kirsten of the season
Why would you think that?
because of them crazy ass tweets. Have you not seen Nicole's tweets?
I saw them, but
I thought she was gonna bring in. I thought she was gonna go hard, but she said she'll hold your baby, she'll hug your
yeah,
baby, and then she'll stab you in the back. And I feel like that is giving me what Kirsten is kind of doing right now.
she's holding the baby, stabbing you, stabbing the baby, giving the baby back, walking away, saying, "Oh my God, you won't believe what I just did." I think it's because of her political back. You can't get legislation passed without being able to clean up an image and just let it go through. She got this. Once she said that she was introducing these state by state, I said, "Oh, she know how to get the people on her side. She know how to talk to the people, and that's all you need in politics and being a lobbyist and creating policy. Oh, she know how to get this done. She knows what she's doing. It's just gonna be very sly, subtle, and easy peasy.
Yeah.
I believe in her.
It's gonna be this is gonna be interesting. And then I don't know, your mama, if there's like any truth to the alleged love triangle between that Matt Riley and her. She seems to think that Matt likes her,
Okay.
and she seems to think that Riley likes Matt, and Riley is then hope. She said she hopes that Riley's not jealous and a mean girl to be able, like to get rid of her because she likes Matt and she wants Kirsten out of the way. Something to that extent, but I don't think there's a love triangle.
What in the challenge is this? I'm not doing it.
The thing is, this girl shouldn't even be saying it at all because she's saying it to a lot of people, and I feel like loose lips stink ships. It's gonna come back to that girl if it hasn't already, and yeah, you just gotta be careful with that stuff. And she does, like, Kirsten really does believe that she stole Matt from Riley or something, or I don't know. It's something wild. It is. For a one day, for them just being here for 24 hours is a little much, but I'm all here for it, so I'm hoping that on Sunday when we see this HOH competition, we will get a better idea and understanding of what Siri and Jared's plan is in terms of whether or not they're going to keep this a secret, or try to roll with it as much as possible. We know that Siri did not make it a secret that she's a Survivor player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that people it's weird because I don't think people are looking at her as like this huge target. And it's like, girl, this woman played Survivor quite a few times, and it doesn't seem like anybody knows that she was ever on the Traitors. Which you're telling me that this cast never watched the Traitors? No, not one of the 16.
I don't
people?
think. Yeah, I don't think these people. Or I mean, Peacock. I mean, that was really. They still don't have the content like that as NBC. But I watch the Traitors, and I will continue to do it. Put me on the show. And they're not. Girl, so you won Survivor, you didn't win. That must have been so cool. Tell me about it. Like, it's not. They barely know this show, and they were selected. You think that they're going to think about how big of a threat she was on a whole nother show that they didn't watch? They barely care about the show that they on. Half the people didn't know what was going on. I think they're going to have a host. They said something about Julie. I don't know. Maybe this year they said this year is going to be a crazy one. And it's like
the word around town is that there's an 18th house guest, but maybe you never know. It's going to be if anything, it's going to be an interesting season. And yeah, I see comments. Yes, Izzy did say that Cameron gave her serial killer vibes. Not cool. That's a little much.
First of all, I said it. When I did my recap, I'm sorry. He was like, my hair is gonna be the thing that's gonna get me, and I was thinking, you look like Charles Manson. Very, because that's the same hair that Charles Manson has, and I was thinking, if that's what you're trying to give, it's giving culty, helter skelter. It's giving you a very. Now he never killed anyone, but I don't think you want to look like that. Like it just really gives. He's like standing at the door in the middle of the night. You're like, hey, everything okay? He's like, no, I was just thinking about something. And God, now I gotta go sleep with somebody else because I'm scared. It just gives like, I don't know.
It's just not. I mean, it is what it
I'm
is.
not
Look,
saying he is a serial. Well, if you say he gives serial killer vibes, then I guess that's kind of mean. I said the hair makes him look like a serial killer.
yeah, no, she said it gives her those vibes, and she's kind of very open about it in terms of telling people that she's not vibing with him. So,
Nice. Just say
it's
that,
listen
but you don't have to
it's
call
listen
him a
off.
serial killer.
But exactly that part. I mean, I feel like, oh, it's kind of mean. It's kind of, kind of a low blow. But at the same time, like, it's just people be doing worse. They could really be doing worse. I doubt that anybody's gonna cancel Izzy for it. And so
The
this is
man's
Big
hair
Brother.
is like the
This
hair
is
of the
Big
serial
Brother.
killer.
This is Big Brother. I promise that there's gonna be worse things that are gonna be said in
Way
about
said later, yeah.
2 weeks.
Very questionable stuff. This is
But I
just
will say
the
it's
tip.
refreshing. I will say that it's refreshing that that it's been a full day and we didn't have crazy, like, because I mean the first day last year was pretty insufferable, so it was pretty bad. It was just bad vibes all the way around that first week. I mean, pretty much the whole season. But like that first day, like literally within minutes was when Paloma started acting out, and it was just wild. So I feel like it's
What
a
a
little
way
bit
to
more
exit
refreshing.
an icon.
I feel like it's a little bit more refreshing to see this now. The fact that people are still getting along, you can still see people vibing. There's maybe one person who's just doing a little too much. We always
It's
need
the
that.
real world. When you put 17 people in the house together from truly intentionally, because I don't know who did the casting this year, but y'all were very intentional in how you cultivated this group, and everyone is so different. Even if like it's in this a small tweak, everyone is so different, and I feel like a lot of them, in some way, shape, or form, outside of maybe Riley, but I'm gonna give it to her because of her father dying so young. And Mark, he has a disability. They just all have been on the side of that's not right, and like don't talk about, or I've been through, or I can understand or empathize with you. It doesn't seem like we have many people who are just like, nope, everything's going on well in my life, and I'm a surfer dude, and I guys just chilling on the beach. Think these people have stories, and they are interested in telling their stories. They're interested in telling other people's stories, and I feel like they all have somewhat of a background that gives them just an inkling of empathy for others, and caringness. And I think we're gonna see a lot of this throughout the rest of the year, because I just can't see anyone being like a real bee.
Yeah, I can I'm excited. We'll see on Sunday
Yes.
how this all entails. I mean, obviously we still have days and days and days and days upon days, live feeds. So I mean, I want to be able to do more of just a live, I would say a live feed update, but it takes a long time. It takes a lot to update those, but we will see. As of then we will probably see you at some point next week. Probably a very different day, and probably a very different time.
We don't lie about it.
Posted, huh?
We don't lie about it. They love
No,
our
we might
honesty.
give you we want to give you very realistic expectations. But
Yeah.
that being said, click like, subscribe, click to receive the notification. Did you just hit like right now? Just hit the like button for us
Yeah,
really
just do
quick,
it really
because
quickly.
that would really help us out. Also click those notifications, because then you'll know. What I am going to try to do is give you more than I don't know, like 15 minutes before we go live to let you know that we're going live. I want to at least try to work on that.
That's because so that they can get a notification.
So you can get exactly. So you can get the notification in advance.
Yeah.
So we can we'll work on that. And I apologize because I am in New York and I have been traveling, especially for this week, was just really crazy. So thank you all for being so patient with us. You know, Busy, thank you for holding down the fort while I was
Sister, where I'm gonna leave too. Where's she going? Oh,
like,
oh
like
gosh,
just this.
I get that
No,
big.
she's
See you
gone.
later.
She's gone. Yeah, let us give us a comment. Let us know who you think is still gonna make it. Who do you think is gonna leave? Because there's only 4. I mean, we still have a whole veto. We
Yeah,
still
it's too
have
much
whole
going on.
veto.
I can't, and I'm not gonna give it brain power because we're taking too off. We get put. I'll wait till the veto, and then I'll start to think about it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we love y'all so much. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.